Welcome back to Bronze League Heroes with twice as many heroes. A true representation of the best part of StarCraft 2. We got 2 Terrans, we got 1 Zerg, and 1 Protoss, which is approximately the makeup of the Bronze League itself. And let me introduce, to the south of the Fields of Death. Yeah, we have in the red with the classic Terran skin. It's Tomy. Next to him, ready or not. Well, actually, just ready. Just ready. The blue, our only Zerg player here. On the other side of the map, in the teal, we have Mo. And joining him, the Protoss, Umarjik. Or Yuma, for short, with the classic Gateway Forge Cybercore opener. A heroic into chrono boosting 0 probes. A true heroic opener. A great interpretation of the normal direction of Protoss. I hope you think this is a great interpretation of the best part of StarCraft 2. Welcome back to Bronze League Heroes, where the players might not be literally bronze, but they embrace the spirit of a bronze league. Actually, I think around silver for this one. In this day and age, in this economy, silver is the new bronze. As bronze is easy enough to come by. You throw enough games, you have enough horrible matchups, but silver is where the true heroes smile. So if you're silver, well, I salute you. But hopefully you salute the like and subscribe buttons. Jimmy, what are we? 1,140 likes, and I'll cast another series, another game, maybe some more heroes. Either way, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you've had a good day so far, and hopefully they're about to make it a little bit better. I was sent this game a couple months ago. I was just going through, well, there go the Reapers. And it caught my eye as being a remarkably, I didn't spoil myself, but there's a huge amount of resources lost that are approximately equal on either side, even compared to some higher level gameplay. So I'm excited as things start off. The Reapers from Mo getting shut down by the defensive posture ready Zerglings combining with a single Marine from Tomy. And of course, to start things off, very important to have a fusion core. The fusion core, the basis of a good battle cruiser diet, advanced ballistics, rapid reignition thrusters, and Bronze League heroes in general. Is it truly a build without a fusion core? And building armor, those are the 2 staples, but he is building Liberators to start. It advanced ballistics rush. I'm not sure, I have no real way of telling. Unless we see some chat or something like that, if these players are teamed up beforehand or just random teammates. So I'm just going to assume they found each other on the ladder on both sides. Charges up the Void Rays, which doesn't do any extra damage to the Liberators, but does make them very uncomfortable. Wait, are Liberators armored? I'm pretty sure they are. I take it back. Anyways, 2 Void Rays. Not avoiding anything, but relentless murder of everything at the front. How much anti-air is there from Team Tomy? I guess Tomy gets credit here as being listed first. We'll just name the teams after the Terrans. I'm sure they'll like that. But Yuma's Void Rays take out a barracks. And we'll continue burning through as there doesn't seem to be anything. Couple Vikings come out. The Void Ray is going to make quick enough work of those. Burn through another one. The starport itself under threat here. A single, well, more SCVs being pulled off. He's building more Vikings. Reddy is only building Spore Crawlers right now, so not really anything to deal with this. Void Rays continue to work through. 3rd Void Ray gonna join the party here. Uninvited. Now, a couple more Vikings pop out, but they're on a right. Okay. Viking angers the Void Rays. Let's go to the Yuma action cam here. All right, micro. Right clicks back. Misses a little bit, but back to the starport. The Vikings keep popping up, charges up those Void Rays. Gonna go for the factory. Dozens of APM. In fact, Reddy hit 800 there, but nearly 200 APM between the teams. Actually, more than that. Well, that's still nearly. It's just higher. We're not doing Price's Right rules. Battlecruiser upgrading advanced ballistics right now. I'm sorry, Freudian slip. The Fusion Core upgrading advanced ballistics. The one thing not being targeted by the Void Rays, as Tomy has been burnt out of his base entirely. Just rallying Void Rays across the map. A classic StarCraft 2 strategy. And in Legacy of the Voids, well, it's still quite capable of doing deadly damage. Tomy has kind of just given up on his entire main base, all right? He's just given up on it. He's decided to expand to the outside here. There's almost nothing else happening on the map. Reddy has been unable to offer anything to his brave teammate. Has essentially just queens. In order, queens and spore crawlers are the extent of his anti-air. Charges up the Void Rays, but the queens, Brenda, watch out! Put your sunglasses on! Oh, it doesn't help. The charged up Void Rays burning through, doing that extra damage against the spores, and looking very dangerous, most importantly. And Reddy unable to muster the defenses, but he does have 10 Hydralisks on the way. So that well, he's gonna lose the hatch. These Void Rays are making things incredibly difficult for Team Tomy here. But the Hydras come out, Void Rays retreating, but still a spot of creep here. Unfortunately, not all the Hydras are as motivated as Chadley here. His parents were named Chad and Bradley. Okay, which was a weird name for a queen, but Chad and Brad, and was her middle name. Very common, actually, in the Zerg. All right, Chadley and friends. Not gonna be enough. Who could have foreseen the Void Rays finding their way to this base? A single turret. The TPM far too low. The turrets per minute must raise. The prismatic alignment slowing down the Void Rays. It can be canceled, but he's no quitter. Yuma retreats, finds a Void Ray. No, of course he found a Void Ray. That's an Overlord. There are too many units out there. I'm not used to all three races being represented. Usually it's just Terrans. Sorry. That I was just remembering about 80% of the TVT replays. Or, I'm sorry, just replays that are sent in. As much as I love your 12-minute battlecruiser rush, the fields of death are where real battles are fought. Ah, yes, we've got the campaign level bulwark here. A siege tank. A real cooperate. Raynor and Artanis got together to design this one. We got a bunker, a cannon pylon, siege tank, depot wall with 2 of the depots down. Missile turret. All right. Oh, Stargate Command coming together here. It does look like Team Mo has been doing a siege tank push from the low ground towards his Terran counterpart. That's going to make things somewhat difficult here. But should not be deadly. What does he have? Well, there's no siege tanks in response. Reddy has 29 unspeed upgraded Hydralisks. Tomy has 12 Marines. So about equal. Reddy at 157 supply. The only player in this game threatening triple-digit average APM. With that huge Zerg production. The combined supplies of the teams about even. Around 180. Of course, Reddy carrying quite a bit of that weight. Now, siege tanks get vision from the medevacs. Mo focused on this. Tomy does have 2,000, 1,600 in the bank. He could potentially send to his teammate, but he might need that for later. The Marines will drive back the medevacs. Unfortunately, the siege tanks, quite effective. We don't mind burrows. Oh my god. Gets the shot. Dies at that last second. Here comes... Ready or not, here I come. The Hydras. That's a bit of a disproportionate response, but the Hydras are able. Yep, those are Hydras. Mo, make sure he gets all the intel. The Hydra speed upgrade on the way. Roach Hydra here. Our classic unit composition. What it doesn't have in speed and agility, it has in biomass. Flux Veins, +1 on the way. The fleet beacon complete. Did Advanced Ballistics finish before? Only 2 players have upgrades. You might think I'm saying only 2 players have, like, basic. No. Only 2 players in this game have upgrades. So far, Yuma and Tomy, for different reasons, have avoided the idea of upgrades in general. No warp gate, no basic upgrades. Tomy, on the other hand, so I guess the first upgrade Tomy was going for was Advanced Ballistics. A true man of culture. Now we've got quite an expansion of the tech tree on both sides. Infestation pit for Ready. Armory for Tomy. Carriers for Yuma. And Liberator tank for Mo. As it is time for the macro turn. Both sides go back to their corners and build up what in many ways could be called an army. Right now, clearly, Ready and Yuma, the most accomplished in building up that army in a timely manner. But Mo is getting there for sure. He's got 52 SCVs, which nearly rivals the 59 drones, which is the most workers on the map. Tomy may be almost ready to reclaim his main, but we'll see if he lets Ready be ready for... No, stop. It's time to stop. Hive is on the way. Spore crawlers dotting the field. Ever vigilant. Mo expanding forward. The fields of death. It's he's making mass Viking. I'm making mass Viking, says Tomy. Which is also evidenced by the Vikings he has. No response from Ready. Acknowledged. But the forward bases are being taken. These are gold bases here. With that extra mineral boost. Not more minerals, but the ability to mine them more quickly. Which, it's not like too many players are hurting for minerals here. Maybe Tomy. Definitely Tomy. Alright, the Roach is out in front. No speed, but the Hydras have their upgrades. The Siege Tech's in a good position for this. The Roach Hydra, just so much of it. And Mo getting overrun on the field. Here come the Void Rays, though. In defense, they won't be in time to save the command center. But will they be in time to save the game? Nope, just lets it go. Doesn't even want to bother with it. The carriers, well, a couple mixed in, have not yet arrived en masse. Ready just being very gracious and letting Tomy potentially re-expand to his main. 20 Corruptors on the way for Ready. Who's now... He realizes he needs more anti-air. And with Tomy providing Viking support, and now 1-1 on the way, he will finally be getting upgrades of any kind. +2/+2 infantry weapons and armor, drilling claws. Well, pretty much every button that has yet to be pressed. All the blue ones for Mo. And also drilling claws for the Widow Mines. Does he have any Widow Mines? 2 of them. We got 22 Vikings on the field, 4 carriers. Okay, I gotta list off who. Mo has a more typical unit composition. He's sitting there, he's hanging out with, he's got 5 tanks, 30 Marines, couple medevacs, man 107. Is that, I don't know what language, but I believe he's pointing out his supply is 107, which is not particularly high for 16 minutes into the match, But considering he was left with essentially nothing, can be forgiven, I think, at this point. As Reddy has pretty successfully cleared the field and denied Team Mo's opportunities to move out. And now Tomy, a Void Ray, a scouting Void Ray comes in, and an entire invasion fleet of Vikings, a Scandinavia of Vikings out here, a Netflix knockoff series of Vikings, an Assassin's Creed swerve into a completely different time frame of Vikings for Tomy. But unfortunately not an attack force of Vikings, because he's just gonna let Reddy get gunned down and melted by the Void Rays and siege tanks on the back line. Reddy loses pretty much his entire army, but will immediately replace it with 31 Hydras. Here, I love your gumption, son, but you're in way over your head. The time for Vikings has passed. Maybe next time some coordination. Though Reddy has not seen, he has not really participated in the communication aspect of things. I can respect that. I'm not much of a team player myself. And now, Fusion Core! He goes for the Yamato Cannon. And it looks like battle cruisers are going to be the choice here. It took 18 minutes to rebuild, but finally, we've reached near the end of the 150. Which isn't true, but he's embellishing a bit. He is at 141 supply. But, you know, close enough. We'll give him this one. We round up here. Nearest 10. Okay. That supply just got out of the pool. I really want that to be Man Bus, aka Medevac speed upgrade. I really hope he starts the medevac speed upgrade, and we're just speaking some form of gibberish here, and not... I speak 2 languages, alright? American and English. But unfortunately, those don't quite cover what we need here. But here comes the full attack force. Vikings in the air, but double planetary. Good luck breaking through that. Quite a defensive posture for Team Mo. And the Void Ray Strike Force behind it. This is actually how, of the pro 2v2s I've seen, this is actually kind of what the ideal late game looks like. It is a defensive Terran covering for just mass sky toss, which, if you don't have to commit too much supply to the ground, becomes nearly impossible to deal with. Both in terms of FPS in the game and literal army. It doesn't have nearly the same weaknesses it does in 1v1 because you're able to cover it with those Terran units. So right now, Mo and Yumo, whether by accident or design, have actually stumbled upon a pretty top-tier composition. But Team Tomy is ready for action, and Reddy has Tomy here to support. Vikings on the deck will absolutely rip through the Nexus. Human did mine a lot of it. Hydra's boxing out here, gonna try to pick off some of the Void Rays. The carrier's spotted as well. Shield batteries aren't enough. He's just chased him into the base. It's a little too deep. It's too deep. Where are you going? He dug too deep and too greedily. The Hydras. Oh no! It's a bloodbath. Oh, the ground is saturated with the blood of Hydras, and the Corruptors will join them in turn. Oh no! The Blood Pact has been spilled. A classic Bronze League Heroes mistake, but the kiting from the Vikings. Beautifully done. Tomy. Target firing the carriers down. They're on a move command. They're not participating in the fight, but Tommy's running out of Vikings. What are the upgrades? +3 air weapons. We don't need armor where we're going, though we probably could have benefited from it. A classic Bronze League Heroes tactic. As soon as a unit dies to a siege tank, all the rest of the units are now committed to the fight. Because that's the way it is. Alright. Well, here comes the Terran army. Hits the stims and guns through the hatchery, but so many more Hydras! Oh my god! Hydras everywhere! And again in turn. Reddy is able to take down the medevacs. Meanwhile, Battlecruiser jumps away from the Void Rays at its own base. I don't know if he used the mini-map. Are they sharing control for this? Ready, expanded here. Another battlecruiser pops out, jumps away. Tommy's taking the back base, but once again, he's gonna lose it to not Hydras, to Void Rays. The Void Rays, oh my God. PTSD after those Void Rays burned through his main, but the Hydras are coming back to defend. They rip through the rocks, but he got to the back base. The battlecruisers, nowhere is safe. He lights up the Void Rays again. Burns through another orbital. How many bases does Tommy have left? He's down to one orbital. Yet again, Tommy can't catch a break here. The Hydras are able to get underneath the Void Rays, though, and take the vast majority of them out. Finally, Reddy is able to close in the turrets, forcing a quick swerve here. Hydra's on the chase, but terrestrially bound. Unable to hunt down the Void Rays. Thankfully for Tommy, he does have 8,600 minerals and 2,000 gas in the bank, so he should be able to rebuild. And also, honestly, probably should help his teammate out with some of that money. We'll see if he does. Yuma has been knocked back down under 100 supply. Reddy has expanded throughout the map. Still right around that 50 worker count. He's got 49 drones up against 51 from Mo. Things will slow down. The Void Rays gutted much of the economy, but the Hydra Ball continues to grow more heads. Mass libs. Nice splash. So, Tommy has pinpointed what he needs, and apparently he's pinpointed mass liberators, which is certainly an option. Void Rays flying over the top already is there to intercept. The Hydra count. He's got 48 Hydras. The army value. Tommy's at 75-25. Everyone else is looking quite comfortable. Yuma is starting to mine out here. He's mined out of his main. He's only got the other two bases. Couple long distance money. It's actually Mo who has the most comfortable income. Reddy is maybe a little bit ahead even, with like 5-6 different bases. The Void Rays though, well, it seems like we're locked into the Hydraless here, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I'm not sure how it'll end. So far they've done well enough. Don't go that way, navigate the other way. Meanwhile, Reddy does not respond. A stoic warrior. Hydralists don't speak any language that we can interpret. The Void Rays continue to burn through. Gonna get many of the drones here. He's replaced some of them. But the income will be reduced dramatically. And that will leave essentially just Mo. And even now, starting to mine out. Mo's nearly maxed out. 196 supply. He's got 69 Marines. He's got 9 siege tanks. I don't even know what he's saying now. 32. 32 what? Is that an attack timing? Which is a remarkable amount of foresight. He's not at 32 supply. Workers? No. He's long distance mining from a base on another continent here. Production structures. Wait a second. Well, there's a probe here. What are you doing here? And no one's come for this base. Technically, they've seen it. He has 7k minerals. It's hard to tell. We'll see if he sends any minerals to his teammate. Now mining from the once and future main. He's gonna kill his teammates. He could, so in an odd quirk, he could share control of it and actually mine. I'm not sure if that's how that works. I'm not an expert in such things, but he does take down Tommy's refinery in order to open up an opportunity for his own. So many liberators on the way. Another army headed down. It is not a planetary here. Those are fully upgraded Marines and Marauders. Mo gonna lose another base. Here are the Liberators. He knows I'm not 100% confident he knows they have an anti-ground mode. Not sure where these SCVs are going either, but yes, he does. All right. Uh-oh, we're gonna siege them up one at a time. Okay. He's gonna use them to cover. Let's go to the Tomy action camp.
Liberation is at hand.
All right.
Add-on complete.
Good taste.
Liberation is at hand.
He's now got 22
Our
Liberators.
base is being remodeled by the enemy.
3-3 is done for those Liberators, which means they have a lot of... Oh, here come the Void Rays. But unfortunately, the Liberators... I think he has the... Oh, wait, but look at that splash. He was right. The Void Rays just get obliterated in the air. The Hydras are fighting on the ground. What a team effort. And the Bio Army, here comes Tomy. The fields of death running red with the blood on both sides. But it looks like Team Tomy with Liberation at hand. And the Hydras on the ground versus Void Rays is nice. I choose to believe Tomy is like 6 years old and invented his own language when he was stranded on a deserted island where his parents left him to go play professional Brood War. And that because he disappointed them by liking StarCraft 2 more than Brood War. Moving on. What a redemption story, though. Tomy with a huge part of that fight. The Hydras certainly would have lost without the support against the Void Rays and the ground army. And overall, well, might find an opportunity to siege up here. He does have advanced ballistics. He has, technically, Yamato cannon. He did build battle cruisers at one point. I don't think they really got much done. But he's decided on the Liberators. Lurkers on the way has already pulled out his Prima strategy guide and found a progression in the tech tree. Oh my god, the probe! Super dead over here. The probe that's just been hanging out for most of this game. Somewhere like 25 minutes at least. The perimeter cannons being put up by Yuma. Still no closer to a conclusion here. Lurkers trying to move in. The Liberators have no way to deal with these cannons. In fact, is there a sweet spot here for the Liberators to get the damage done? Looks like the perimeter cannons are going to be enough. No, Tomy has a lot of minerals, but almost no gas in the bank right now. In fact, no one is particularly well off in both departments. Yuma has some minerals, but no gas. Mo has 4,200 gas, but only 600 minerals. Tomy's got 45. Actually, Brood Lords. It is a weird mix. I'm going more and more with the estranged toddler than any sort of language I'm not recognizing. Which I guess that would fall into that category. But the cannons, the CP, just a complete vanguard of cannons. But he's just going to fight directly into it. The Lurkers can technically outrange them. They just choose not to. The Hydras working their way through. Where is the response? Yuma has no other mining besides this base. Well, it looks like that's going to be most of his probes. It's going to be down to Mo. At the end of the day, ever since teamwork was invented by Team Tomy, they've started to really make a lot of progress, and now, despite Tomy being only at 90 supply, that 90 supply includes 22 Liberators, which is some of the most effective 90 supply you could have. All right, Widow Mines do take a chunk out, but the Liberators are set up to siege up. Brood Lords, well, Greater Spire just finished up for ready. He's now mining. There's a scan. Oh, the teamwork. He gives a scan for the Widow Mines. Lurker's gonna move forward. The Lurkers have their range upgrade, not their speed upgrade, but he did finish range. Yuma is currently at 0 APM, as is Tomy. Both of them taking a quick water break. Stay hydrated out there. Like and subscribe. scans, a Venn dia scan. Can never be too careful. How many orbitals on the field? Tomy has 1. Mo has 3. Army's still there. Broodlords. Is the anti-air going to be enough? Liberators, bringing things together. Long distance mining by Mo, continually crossing the watchtower as he goes for the gold base on the other side. Tomy has no real way to kill that pylon that's blocking his base, as his army is entirely Liberators. Interesting wording. The pylon is there. I guess he could kill it with SCVs, but what, you run out of Marine? Well, about that. The Broodlords are standing by. He's got the double Zerg siege. We got Lurkers. We got Broodlords. Liberators behind it. About as much of a siege as you could put together. Mo heads the other way. He's got a more standard-looking Terran army. 4K, 5K in the bank, and he's maxed out. That hatchery dead on arrival. You can attack it with the SCV says, I won't. All right, I'm not getting paid for that. I get paid to build buildings, mostly missile turrets, and mine minerals. I'm not going to sit here attacking a pylon when you have some perfectly good units to attack this pylon. How many times do I have to ask you to help me out with the pylon? Like, first it's the pylon. What if it was a cannon? What if it was a shield bearer? Just attack the pylon. All right, that sets a horrible precedent. We've been working so well together for so long, and now finally you don't want to even attack a pylon. You're going to go across the map with those Broodlords, which you wouldn't have built without my advice, by the way. Without my advice, those Broodlords would never have existed. You can't even spare one goddamn Broodlord in order to help me out with the damn pylon? What? Do you even want my help? Fuck off. I'll fuck off. All right, I'll just go lose all my Liberators to Marines, if that's how it's gonna be. I'll do it. All right? I'm done. It's done. By the way, Marines, he triple stims, but the Liberators are dead. So, the medevacs... I'm sorry, the medevac. Big job, huh? Well, the Marines in autumn colors here, but still at full DPS. The Hydras and the Broodlords have broken through. Hydras gonna kill most of the rest of the workers. Tomy still fine. 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 The saga of the pylon will end in the worst possible way. The Marines... more damage to drug addiction than to any enemy unit so far. The medevac, not even given an opportunity to heal, even when it has energy. Tomy has reestablished a base to the center, which Mo is here. The Terran is the army something air. Also. Oh, the Void Rays! The pylon. I've heard legend of a pylon. Pylonius. All right. After 15 years, Pylo has evolved. Come back from the war, he's seen some things. Mostly an SCV having fierce debate with its teammate. And it will fall to that SCV at the end of the day. Or another one. Yeah, those Marines with about 4 Marines of HP between them. We'll take out another hatchery. All of the Broodlords are still working. Almost nobody's mining. We're down 0 mineral. That's it. That is it. The minerals have ended somehow. It's kind of hard. We'll go to team colors for a moment just to get a better gist of things. Void Rays being chased down by the combined forces here. Mo's down to 70 supply. Reddy still has 120, but it's mostly... Oh, he loses the Broodlords! The Marines... Where were these medevacs before? Oh, no. This is just like my problems in Factorio. All right, first he had 80 Marines and 1 medevac. Now he has 10 medevacs for 8 Marines. We gotta learn moderation here. All right, hit the stims once. Only make 2 medevacs per like 20 Marines. Inspired here. There's a planetary's long distance mining from. There's not too many bases left. Well. So, there's still plenty of minerals on the map. There's just not that many workers. There's almost no money left either. Mo has 33 minerals and 3,500 gas. Team Mo has a grand total of 48 minerals between them, though they found another base to mine. Well, actually, I think Yuma's somewhat... Yuma has 7 Void Rays and 7 probes, and those 7 Void Rays are in a bad spot. The Liberator's doing a lot of damage. He never got armor upgrades or shield upgrades, only weapons. Lights up the Void Rays, turns to get what damage he can. We meet in glory. Oh no. A disaster for Team Mo, but it's not over yet. As Mo's army, well, he has 20 medevacs, which is a bit, and he's building more. Medevacs aren't known for their high DPS. There's still a Widow Mine helping out. Slowly, it has 7 kills, but a scan from Tomy knocks it out. No one knows how to kill Widow Mines like Terrans. Mo is mining with all of the mules here. His income shooting up to 3K on one base. A very temporary. How many? Think of how many medevacs. You could build 30 medevacs a minute. Wreck the rocks, bro. I would really love to know if he's speaking an actual language, because it really does just sound like he's a sim or something. I don't. Oh, Raku rocks. I don't. Hydras get through, but okay, it's at this time I think we have to mention that at the end of the day, in order to win a game of StarCraft 2, you must destroy all your opponent's buildings. So, this... they don't know about this base. Oh my. This is, not easily said and even more difficult done. There's a planetary back here. Mo was clearly inspired by the Liberators of his opponent. Liberation is at hand. The Marines are underneath. Tomy not doing nearly enough here. The planetary getting a bunch of the Hydras. The medevacs are coming back in solidarity. And Mo is holding for now, but the Lurkers will be in range of the planetary and force the issue. A couple Broodlords. The fact that Mo is mining from this base is the only thing helping him hold on right now. Some Void Rays, or not some Void Rays. The Void Rays are all dead. There's only 7 probes for Yuma. What is Yuma doing right now, even? Is he taking control of the Terran units? Let's see. I believe this is the Yuma action cam. Yep, this is Yuma. He's just watching his teammate. The Marine's actually doing amazing. Oh my god. I mean, those are +3 Marines. He's got a medevacs for all policy here. Literally more medevacs. Wait, I take it back. There's 21 Marines now. And the planetary holds. The last planetary. Broodlord goes down. 40 minutes in. The combined supplies are well under 200. Scat gets the Lurker, but Mo holds the line. Finally, it feels like he's learning Terran before our eyes. He had an idea of what he wanted. He's at exactly 1 action per second on average, 60 APM. And now, he's finally settled on the 1 medevac to Marine unit composition. Team Tomy. The army, most of the army left over here. Tomy actually has 1,200 minerals. Reddy has plenty of resources. He's just not spending them. He's been microing. He needs to build something. Tomy is on the run. The orbital. The Liberators. Mo is tearing through whatever's left. He's building more and more Liberators. Orbital knocked out of the sky. The bases can be cleaned up as well. This may be the last mining for well, they keep finding bases with minerals. There's still plenty of minerals on the map. Like, there's still 3 or 4 bases, even on each side left unmined. And 2 or 3. Liberators will siege up, but far too late here. Gonna target the SCVs, getting their last minerals in before the orbital goes down and then being slaughtered. Tommy down to less SCVs than he started with. You know, Mo found a way. Instead of stopping the mass stims on his units, he made so many medevacs he could heal through it. Which is certainly, you know, he's got 1 SCV. There's 1, does he have any bases left? Where is it? Where's the last SCV? If he loses that, he cannot rebuild his base and will be revealed. Which will be certainly a tell here. Yuma is creating, he's back up to 12 probes. So he's back where he started with this long distance mining. Mo and Reddy are right next to each other. Tommy, the last time he didn't move and he couldn't find it. No, Tommy! To the oh, that last SCV during the, oh my god, it's at half HP. The Liberators come up somehow, some way. But it doesn't appear he knows where it is. Somehow he knows he has 1 SCV, but it's not clear whether Tommy knows where it's located. Without that SCV, he is effectively, he can't rebuild anything. Not that I think that's necessarily going to be... How are you out of energy on these medevacs? Oh, wait, no, they're all at 200. Never mind. I just didn't see the energy bar because of damage out. Well, I guess when you have that many medevacs. Has he boosted the medevacs once this game? All right, let's not get too hasty. I believe that's a slightly offensive GG towards his teammate. Reddy has rebuilt almost equal supplies. Tommy sent all his resources to Reddy. He's got 0, and then he realized he had an SCV. So he's like, please give me my minerals back. Reddy is too busy taking his sloaches into the only mining base of Mo. And by the way, he rebuilt sloaches. Never got the speed upgrade. Here comes the bio army. There are 2 lurkers here. 2 lurkers are the only thing that stands between Reddy and being absolutely obliterated by the Terrans. He burrows the lurkers. Does he scan in time? No, he unburrows! No! It's a disaster! And the Liberators are sieging up the unburrow, but the Liberators may save the day. That extra lurker. Those Marines are doing terrible, terrible damage, but Liberators one-shot them. He kills the lurker, but he can't kill the Liberators. Tommy! Well, and then Tommy leaves. Even though the Liberators were doing pretty well, like... I think Mo has, like, post-traumatic stim disorder. He's really light on the stims now. The Liberators are taking out... They're surprisingly good. I guess not that surprising against, like, 24 medevacs. He's got 23 medevacs. Call a medevac. But not for me, says Tommy. But unfortunately, the Liberators don't siege up quite quick enough, and Reddy will lose his bases. It's still not over. 21 supply for Yuma and Tommy, but I gotta say, as the moral support character, Tommy doing a much better job. I nominate him for an Oscar for supporting cast here. Whereas Yuma, he lost 69 Void Rays in this game, 7 carriers, and so far, he's only had probes for like 20 minutes. Currently, Mo has 23 medevacs, 3 Vikings, 7 Marauders, and 11 Marines. It appears Tommy got those 400 minerals back from Reddy. Mo and Team Mo is broke. They got nothing. 5 SCVs, 22 probes. I don't know if Yuma is sending him money. He could float the orbitals over. But this is taxing. 3 players at 0 APM right now. Tommy at what? I don't know what Tommy's doing with 150 APM. He's right-clicking his Liberators around a lot, but... Oh my god, he found the props! He's just sharking around! Vengeance for earlier, the Void Rays that started it. Reddy found another. He was clicking on all his buildings. He found the Lurker Speed Burrow upgrade, which would be great if he had any Lurkers. Unfortunately, no one on his team, included, well, he has just enough gas for a single Lurker here. But it's gonna burrow so fast. Mo is re-expanding. He's not well, there's only 250 minerals left here. Tomy has moved. He's rebuilding for like, at this point, I don't know. Tommy's he's got plot armor here. Based on what's happened so far and the fact that he's like the narrator of this game, I think he literally does. How does he not lose that last SCV? Man, 0.1 bits. I don't know who he's talking about, but the answer is essentially yes. It could be him or anyone on the enemy team and still be accurate. The medevac fleet covering for the bio underneath, of which there's a pretty significant amount. But 3 lurkers completed. The stems. Oh, the lurker's slicing through. He needs a scan. His orbital was landed. It wasn't landed. Oh, he scanned, but the lurkers are doing terrible, terrible damage. Ah, Mo has left the game. Oh no! The medevacs! Yuma now has control of the medevacs. Yuma is gonna try to fight it out. But at the end of the day, Mo walks into the lurkers and gets his legs sliced out from under him. Yuma is gonna try to take what's left of Mo. And, you know, if 69 Void Rays didn't do it, maybe Void Ray number 70 will be the one. I've got my suspicions it will not. But we will see. Tomy, back up to 4 SCVs, still providing the commentary. The Liberators will cover the last mod. The SCVs knocked out. But the power of teamwork looks like it may prevail. As truly, it seems like Reddy and Tomy were significantly more ready coming into this. Eventually, working together as the sum of their parts was far greater than any of them individually. A true story of partnership, of teamwork, of friendship, cooperation, murder, devastation, economic disparity, racial strife, and so much more. Liberation at hand. And finally, is this the first time they've scouted the main? I think they got in here with some units before, but... And this is how it'll end. What a game! I'm convinced he could have... I have no idea. I'm so confused about Tomy. Alright. Oh, the Void... He says, what a game, but then the Void Rays come in and they find the base! Liberator's coming back. Yuma not ready to give it up yet. But at some point, those Void Rays will be found. There's only so many buildings left. If there are a few less minerals on the map, there might have been an attempt at forcing a draw, if that had even entered into his mind. In fact, he's discovered the armor upgrade for air. But at the end of the day, a few more points in armor aren't going to be enough to save him. A Widow Mine underneath. And the Liberators will knock out the last Void Rays. That's it! Every last unit destroyed. After 50.5 minutes, the fields of death are claimed by Tomy and Reddy. A hard-fought teamwork battle, but a deserved victory. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this made your day a little bit better. If you got the means and motivation, it'd be awesome if you check out Patreon. Send in your replays, winterreplays@gmail.com. We might not get to them quickly, but sometimes some players truly embrace the essence of Bronze League heroes. Hopefully you agree. Hopefully I made your day a little bit better. Thank you for watching. Good luck. Have fun. I'll see you next time. Stay chill.